Hey everybody, welcome back to my Dark Souls Filthy Casual run. My name is Rob, and today I'm going to be exploring the remainder of Anor Londo. Now off camera, once again I switched up my armor set, rocking the Mask of the Mother, Knight Armor, Knight Gauntlets, and the Hollow Soldier Waistcloth. Which, despite being a waistcloth, it's got 7 poise for a weight of 1.5 units, which is actually, that's a lot of poise for the weight. That's why you see a lot of the high tier players wearing it on a lot of their setups. Of course, I'm still rocking the Ring of Favor and Protection and Havel's Ring. Got my soul level at 60. Off camera, I did a little bit of farming. Got myself a Silver Knight straight sword. Scroll down here to it. Silver Knight spear. Which I think I actually got during the playthrough. Yeah. It was the sword I couldn't get. But also made it a point to try and get a Silver Knight shield. With a weight of 5 units, a base ability of 64, and those resistances, this is actually one of the better shields in the game, in my opinion. Especially for this particular area that you get it. It can be really useful. But anyway, moving on. Also did a little bit of co-op off camera. Fighting the boss, helping some people out, and I managed to get up to 6 Sunlight Medals. I rejoined the Sunlight Covenant at the Bonfire so I could get them. Excuse me. Let me clear my throat a bit. But that's so I can advance in the Sunlight Covenant and get another miracle I wanted. Oh, that was terrible. That was so bad. Let me try that again. Nope. I'm gonna die. If I'm not careful here. Got plenty of that Sunny D. Got a partial parry. There we go. Okie dokie. You'll see that I've gone down from 10 soft humanity in my counter to 5. Yeah, I came in contact with a high-ranking Dark Wraith and he used an ability that they get to suck 5 humanity out of me. Good times. Alright, so last time we came in here I used the Black Eye Orb to fight Lautrec and his flunkies. But now I'm actually going to explore this area, because there is some stuff here to get. I'll go ahead and clear the enemies out, though, so that I can explore more freely without having to worry about them attacking me non-stop. There we go. Drops Dragonslayer arrows. Oh, well, not the dismount I was going for, but this ain't good. Let's see if one of them will back off. There we go. Yeah, you definitely don't want to fight 2 of these guys at the same time. The regular sentinels are bad enough, but these guys are much worse. It's gonna take more than 3 hits with a claymore to beat them. The shockwave from that shield bash actually got me there. Gotta be careful of that. There we go. Tough, but not too tough. I'm sorry, it's early in the morning. It's really cold outside as well as in my house, so I'm just kind of sounding cruddy. Though he's gonna try and back up and heal. That's what he's going for. Oh, you douchebag. Get out of here. Alright. And they give you double the souls at 3,000 a pop. Whew, alright. Cleared this area out. Hollow, so I don't have to worry about invasions. Just take my time with this area. Remember this big door? And get a sip of coffee. This is where we first walked up to Anor Londo and had to take the detour to the right, which is on the left now. Ooh. What else can I think of to really talk about? You'll see I have a lot of souls in my soul counter on the bottom right. That is literally just from co-oping with people fighting the boss of this area. It's a good way to get some souls, and pretty much anywhere between soul level 50 to 60 is prime level for co-op. So there is a doorway down there, which is where I'm headed, but I'm going to take an alternate route where you see that there is a busted window. Just step down here. And I'm just going to drop down on this part here. And get the Dragonslayer Great bow with some great arrows from this corpse. Let's have a look at that. Dragonslayer Great bow with a strength requirement of 20, dex requirement of 20, and C scaling in both strength and dexterity. Both the Dragonslayers led by Hawkeye Goff, one of Gwyn's 4 knights. This bow's unusual size requires that it be anchored to the ground when fired. Only uses specialized great arrows. Even though I don't have the proper strength and dex to wield it effectively, I can still shoot arrows from it. But given my current build and setup and everything, I could really only ever use it for maybe some trolling or something. Hang on. There we go. Aims like a regular bow. Takes up a second to draw it, but once you got it drawn, yeah, it causes a lot of knockback. Even despite not doing full damage, because I don't have the proper stats to wield it. It can still be fun to use. Like any bow in the game, except for maybe crossbows. Super useful. But I didn't really want to do that. Well, whatever. Lazy le bon temps roulé. There we go. Come over here and open up this shortcut. Gonna heal. Get out my lightning spears. I don't think lightning does a whole lot to these guys, but I'm not sure. Nah, not really. Alright. Believe it or not, even these Batwing demons have a chance to drop their weapon. It's one of the longest spears in the game. But I'm not necessarily farming for that. Get a free Titanite chunk from right there. Oh, and look at here, a giant, but he's not aggroing on us. You can actually talk to him.
Who are you? Forge your weapons?
Yeah, this is a good giant. I like this guy.
Talk, 'tis no good, but forge, very good. I have any time. Talk, 'tis not no everyone good.
It's hard to speed through his dialogue there.
But you, friend, you talk. I no talk, but happy.
Man, it's hard to dislike this fella. Just honest giant caught up in his work. So you can buy all kinds of upgrade materials from him, including twinkling titanite. He sells giants equipment, their weapon, shield, and their armor set, if you want to become unstoppable. He sells the Dragonslayer arrows as well as Moonlight arrows, which are unique magic damage arrows. He's the only merchant in the game that sells them, so if you're thinking about killing him, be mindful of that. Also, lightning bolts. Has an interesting description here. It says special bolts imbued with lightning crafted by the giant blacksmith of Anor Londo. The giant blacksmith has never seen a crossbow but remembers the specifications of the bolts requested by ancient warriors. He's never seen a crossbow, but he makes crossbow bolts. Arrow granted to those bound by covenant to the dark sun Gwendolyn, Lord Gwyn's lastborn. Moonlight arrows glow silver and inflict magic damage. Yeah, we can read this other stuff. Large halberd made of old brass used by the giant sentinels of Anor Londo. Brass contains traces of lightning, but as the halberd is designed for the giant sentinels, its weight is unbearable. 16, yeah, that's getting pretty heavy at that point. Not as heavy as a Black Knight halberd, I don't think, but getting close. Great shield made of bronze and marcasite, used by giant sentinels of Anor Londo. Marcasite, or white iron, is effective against non-physical damage, but as the shield is designed for the giant sentinels, its weight is unbearable, with a strength requirement of 36, but look at all that damage resistance. Not the best that we've seen, but still, very good. Oh, just gonna read the description of a piece of giant armor. Made from ancient brass, it also offers protection versus non-physical attacks, but due to its giant size, it is extremely heavy for humans and impedes stamina recovery. Unless you have 66 endurance. Alright, so let's go to modify weapons. He can take your weapons and make them into lightning reinforced weapons. But more importantly, he uses the boss souls you acquire to make boss weapons. Cool stuff indeed. So I only have a few boss souls right now. Yeah, just the soul of the moonlight butterfly, soul of Quelaag, and core of an iron golem. Now, I've been saying the whole playthrough I'm gonna put these demon titanite to good use. So I'm finally gonna reveal what weapon I'm gonna make, and if it hasn't become obvious enough, I'm gonna make the Quelaag's Fury Sword. Now her soul can actually make two different boss weapons. It can make the Quelaag's Fury Sword as well as the Chaos Blade, which is a katana. It's one of the best weapons in the game, but I don't plan on using it on this character. And what else can I do? I've considered making a lightning claymore. I don't know though. Yeah. I'll ponder on that one. First and foremost though, I'm gonna upgrade that Quelaag's Fury Sword with all that nice demon titanite I've got. A little pricey at 5,000 souls a pop, but that's what I did all that co-op for. There we go, got it fully upgraded. I wanted to upgrade another weapon that I plan on using. Can I afford 5 of these? Yes, I can. Awesome. Now I can finally properly wield the Silver Knight Straight Sword. Which I plan on buffing. And for that matter, I could go ahead and purchase the necessary upgrade materials to get myself the Silver Knight Spear, which I think I'm going to go ahead and do. There we go, we need exactly 10. Got just enough souls for all that. Oh, I don't have enough souls to actually upgrade it. Okay.
Comment soon.
Well, I can remedy that. Just a couple of those. That should do it. There we go. Yeah, you know what? Why don't I? That takes away the scaling. It gives split physical and lightning damage.
Combat soon.
Which has a higher overall attack rating, but if it has to pass through two separate defenses, it's not always the best option for maximum damage. But I don't plan on raising my stats for strength and dex. Like, definitely no more strength, maybe a little more dexterity for this character. But since I'm not raising the scaling stats for the Claymore, it's not much point in keep upgrading it up the normal path at this point. Alrighty, and that's pretty much the rest of this area. I'm debating whether I want to go on and fight the boss or not. I think I will. I'm gonna rest the bonfire first, recharge my Estus flasks. Let's see if I can get them on the first try. Alright. I've got everything attuned that I want attuned. So let's just do it to it. There we go. I'm gonna skip that room there with the two silver knights with the spears. Oh, camera's spazzing out here. Oops. Come on now. There we go. Now, if you go human, you'll have the choice to summon any number of human players in the bonfire room, as we saw whenever I was playing in one of the last videos. But also, you're playing offline and you just need some co-op help for getting past this boss, right over there in that spot. If you've been following Solar's quest up to this point, you can summon him. I want to try it by myself. If you just want to make a mad dash for the boss, well, I did it wrong, but you're supposed to be able to trick that giant. Oh, dude, you're embarrassing me here. If I would have done it correctly, I could have just run around that giant by tricking him with the column, but I screwed up. Ow. There we go. Well, that was clumsy. Okie dokie. I'm gonna go ahead and buff my weapon. Enter the infamous Anor Londo boss fight. versus 1, baby. Not ideal, but far from impossible. Have to always keep both of them in your sight as best you can. If you need to, run for it. Definitely get behind a pillar to heal. Oh, hell. Oh, I can't believe I just got out of that situation. That was hairy. Alrighty. Smo doesn't have a lot of health left. Let me go ahead and try to finish him off. There we go. Now, a lot of players find it easier to kill Ornstein first and fight the souped up version of Smo. Me personally, I have a little bit of an easier time fighting Ornstein in his souped up form. If I can just create some distance here, I want to buff my weapon again. Uh-oh. Well, he got me with the second strike. Again, use the pillars to your advantage. Keep yourself healed up as best you can. But don't heal right in front of them because they will punish you. And as far as Ornstein goes, don't lock onto him and just stay really close. The vast majority of his attacks you can roll through and dodge. If you're having trouble dodging any of the attacks with the lightning or anything, any shield with good lightning resistance, like the Silver Knight shield, Eagle shield, they're really good for tanking hits from these guys. Just make sure that you fight them up when their shields are upgraded as much as possible. Got hit by that attack. Which thankfully my defense is high enough to where that didn't damage me too bad. Oh, but that did. Retreat. Use the pillars, but don't stand right next to them. Great distance. Ornstein can reach you from places you'd think he couldn't. He's also got a big time weakness to fire attacks. So a fire or chaos upgraded weapon, as well as Quillag's Fury Sword, or Pyromancy even, do really good damage against him. You see him jump straight in the air, immediately walk back and roll. I don't recommend trying to tank that unless you have a really good shield for it. Sometimes he just gets stuck doing that multiple times, so if I heal, change up what I'm doing, he'll change up what he's doing. Where'd he go? That almost hit me. Be very mindful of your stamina during this fight. You don't want to deplete it and then have to get counterattacked by one of their stronger attacks. Yeah. That one I can usually dodge through, but he caught me in an attack animation. Alright. That was a little clumsy here and there, but not bad. So if you kill Ornstein in his super form, you get his soul, as well as his ring, the Leo ring. If you kill Smo in his super form, you only get his soul. He doesn't drop anything else. So let's have a look at that. I don't think I've read any of the boss souls, really, during this playthrough. I should have, but we'll start with Ornstein's, because that's where these souls really start to get interesting. Soul of Ornstein, Dragonslayer Knight who guards the cathedral in the forsaken city of Anor Londo. Special beings have special souls. Lord Gwyn granted this soul to his 4 most trusted knights. Yep. And then his ring. I just realized I missed something back there, but I'll go back and get it. One of the special rings granted to the 4 Knights of Gwyn. The Lear ring belonged to Ornstein the Dragonslayer. This ring strengthens counters with pierce weapons. His luggage spear is said to have sliced a boulder in 2. You know, these legends centered around these great knights. And I'm not sure what it is about the Silver Knight straight sword. It just seems like it does really good damage to them, considering it's a straight sword. Light the bonfire. Let's open up this door.
Thou hast journeyed far and overcome much, chosen undead. Come hither, child. O chosen undead, I am Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn and Queen of Sunlight. Since the day Father his form did obscureth, I have awaited thee. I bequeath the Lord vessel to thee, and beseech thee, succeed Lord Gwyn, and inheriteth the fire of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices.
Much like Kingseeker Frampt, she seems to really reinforce the idea that we're on a super glorious, heroic mission. But things are not always as they seem.
O chosen undead, thou hast journeyed far.
You can enter a covenant called the Princess Guard Covenant, but it has almost no practical use. There's 2 different miracles in the game that you can use when you're in this covenant, but they require 50 faith and 2 attunement slots each. That's a lot of points to invest in a character for just 2 miracles. But I do want to get some more dialogue from her.
Since the day Father his form did obscureth, I have awaited thee, once living, now undead, and a fitting heir to Father Gwyn thou art. O chosen undead, and beseech thee, succeed Lord Gwyn, and inheriteth the fire of our world. A grave and arduous test of metal, yea, it shall be. Indeed, we had felt the warmth of fire, its radiance and the life it sustaineth. Without fire, all shall be a frigid and frightful dark.
I wonder if she says anything else.
Please, Father's role thou should assume, and inheriteth the fire of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices. Kingseeker Frampt, the primordial serpent, shall guideth thee.
I think that's all she says.
Please,
Yeah.
now thou shalt go forth, chosen undead. May thou be one with the sunlight forevermore.
So she said that she is the daughter of Lord Gwyn, Guinevere. And of course, I know. All the jokes, marvelous chest ahead, yeah. It's been said before. It's still kind of funny though, I guess, but if you'll remember when I was reading some of these ring descriptions, there we go, this one. Just look at that carefully. Interesting, huh? Alrighty, I think that'll do it for this part. Thank you all so much for watching, and I personally could not have asked for a better Ornstein and Smoke kill for my first Let's Play. But until I come back with some more Dark Souls Remastered, I hope y'all take care.